The 20s did not roar for everyone. On the Lower East Side, the masses were still huddled, yet a hopefulness for an easier future enabled them to carry on. A bright spot was George's arrival on February 1st, 1924. He was the third of 4 sons, born to Lena and David Weinflash, and it seems that his creative talents were called upon at quite an early age. Often money was short, and as a teenager, George performed odd jobs after school and Hebrew studies to help out. Somehow, he scraped together enough cash to buy a geriatric upright piano and was able to persuade a couple of men to haul it up 4 narrow flights of stairs to the family's apartment. He was determined and focused and knew even then that his life had to involve music. On a parallel track, George's Hebrew education was flourishing at the downtown Talmud Torah. He had been coaching bar mitzvah students since he was 10 and won many citywide Hebrew proficiency awards. When he graduated high school, he worked in an office days and attended Brooklyn College at night. World War II boldly intervened, and when George returned home from the Navy in 1946, the GI Bill enabled him to pursue a degree in music education at Adelphi College. From there, a fortuitous scholarship at Brandeis Camp in California provided an exciting opportunity to study and banter with outstanding Jewish thinkers and composers of the time. One of these mentors, Max Helfman, told George of a new cantorial school about to open in New York. He felt that George's strong background in Hebrew, music, and liturgy were impressive assets. Of course he was right. George was accepted and received advanced standing. He hit his stride and didn't stop for 50 years.
His light was always lit, like a beacon, clear and strong, with so much to share. He believed in every one of us and inspired a standard of excellence in me for a lifetime.
Let us drink to our King.
When I was in 4th grade, I became a member of the junior choir. I tried out by singing "My Country, 'Tis of Thee," but I couldn't remember all the words. Cantor played the piano and helped me along. He was patient and kind, and I felt comfortable. I found myself hanging on his every word. If he said to gargle with warm water and lemon, I did it. I tell my 3 daughters of our Purim plays. I was so thrilled to be Haman. He gave us all a chance to succeed. What wonderful memories.
I'll never forget my bat mitzvah preparation. Cantor taught me a snippet and asked if I would learn more and more and more and more. He inspired me to be as wonderful and patient with my students as he was.
You must know how much I loved him. We worked together for several years, and he was a joy. Everyone loved him. His patience, his caring, his devotion to the entire congregation. Even my mother was a fan. He spoke Yiddish to her.
His place in my life was unique. Of course he was my hero. I was proud to know such a dignified man. At other times, as I watched him scramble around in his office, searching for misplaced music, or glasses, or car keys, I smiled inside and wondered if this was the same man who each Friday night stood before the congregation with an expression of profound serenity. I will carry with me always in my heart his loving friendship and his beautiful voice.
George was a remarkable cantor and an extraordinary human being. His sweet voice and his love for Judaism made him the kind of cantor that people adored. His colleagues treasured him for his passionate commitment to the cantorate, for his wisdom, for his integrity, and for his patient and gentle approach to dealing with people.
My memories of my Jewish childhood always centered around Cantor. He inspired me to be Jewish. Cantor believed in me. For that, I will never forget him.
Well, of course, he was a gifted cantor, but over and above that, he was an exemplary human being. I can see him before me, and my memory of him will always be of that smile which illuminated his face and bespoke his kindness. You know, I loved George, as did so many others. I felt privileged just to know him and to work with him, and I will always miss him.
When I visit other temples, I realize how lucky we were to benefit from his talent, teaching, and love. For me, his influence will be ongoing, and I visualize him standing at his podium with that terrific Weinflash smile and the voice of the best cantor in the world. Present company accepted, of course.
The retirement years were far from routine. George found himself with more time for the piano, stereo, and the computer, and the opportunity for all of this was exciting. His 3 grandsons provided constant pride and pleasure, and were he writing this himself, there would be reams of glowing descriptions and tales about them. There was travel near and far, much enlightenment, and always the projects waiting at home.
I miss Cantor a lot and think about him often. I imagine I will continue to do so for the rest of my life.
I'm so lucky, he would say. I've spent my life doing what I love.